Welcome back to the Division 2. This is very, very bad. I've got the patch notes in front of me. I say patch notes, this is just for their weekly maintenance. This is the biggest list of notes I've ever seen for just a typical weekly maintenance. The estimated downtime is 3 hours, and this is going to be happening tomorrow. So it's your typical weekly maintenance, but this list is huge. If you want to go and read them all for yourself, there will be a link in the description. These notes, so July 28th, maintenance notes, fixed an issue where the Chimera boss would not drop collectibles during manhunt mission. And like a couple of these you guys are not going to be happy with at all. They personally don't affect me, although I am angry because I know how many people use one of these things, and we will get there. The second one is fixed an issue where Roosevelt Legendary projects would not be completed. So if you were doing Roosevelt Island on Legendary, trying to get that exotic cash for the weekly project, that wasn't working. That's being fixed tomorrow. Not sure, because that's a weekly reset as well. I'm not sure if you're going to be awarded an exotic cash if you've completed that and it hasn't actually given you completion. Fixed an issue where True Patriot set with full flag would cause a damaging explosion on the agent if one of their skills was destroyed. And then they've got a note, this is a relevant fix for PvP as well, since it could potentially kill your teammates. So there is yet again a bug in this game with True Patriot. This time, there's a damaging explosion on the agent if one of their skills was destroyed. How are they not getting this stuff fixed? There are just constantly new problems just surfacing whenever they do something with this game. This is the one that you guys are going to be incredibly pissed off about. Fixed an issue that doubled the spotter talent damage increase for skill damage. It was 15%, I believe it's multiplicative, not 100% sure, but it was 15%. And then if you run the pulse and you put that into overcharge, that gives you an extra 15%. So instead of running perfect glass cannon and getting that 30% amplified damage, you would be running spotter, putting your pulse into overcharge and getting 30% without the negative side of it, like giving you the 60% amplified damage towards you that glass cannon does. But they've now, I believe, just the talent alone was giving you 30% instead of 15 or whatever. But they fixed an issue that was doubling the damage, so your skills are they're not going to work anywhere near as good as they were with the spotter talent. I guess it's good in a way because it fixes a bug in the game, but there is nothing fun in this game at the moment. I haven't been playing the game. I did a metric fuck ton of recording before 10.1 dropped, and that is the videos you are seeing. Unless there's a new topic to talk about, then you'll see current gameplay, but if not, all of my other videos I have for this game is just old gameplay because I'm having fun playing other stuff. I'm taking a little break from Division. Hopefully TU11 comes out, I'm going to say relatively soon, and it actually brings good stuff in. We have heard about one thing with all the mod slots going generic on pieces of gear, but State of the Game returns early August, so hopefully we'll find out some stuff then. Next up, they fixed an issue with the Future Initiative set that caused the ground control talent to trigger. It says here, when healing deploying skills. I think that means when deploying healing skills. But there was an issue with Future Initiative, it caused the talent to trigger when you were deploying skills. And then they fixed an issue with the Mantis exotic that allowed it to be recalibrated. I understand again that it's a bug, but what is the problem with being able to recalibrate it? Because you're putting resources in, you can reconfigure them anyway, so it's essentially the same thing. But I've got a feeling with that fix, it's going to break something else in terms of recalibrating or, recalibrating exotics or something like that and crafting. It's going to mess something up. Now this section, the rest of this video is PvP only. I do not understand what these developers are thinking. Listen to this first one. I'm absolutely baffled by this change. Dodge City Gunslinger's holster quick draw damage per stack bonus lowered from 1% to 0.1% in PvP. It's had a 90% nerf with this update, or with this maintenance. What is the point of even having that deal damage per stack now? That bonus. It's had 90% taken off and 0.1%. Is there any point? Next up is Negotiator's Dilemma. It now deals the correct amount of damage in PvP, so that was broken. Eclipse Protocol's indirect transmission talent will now transfer the correct amount of damage and duration when spreading multiple status effects. So again, that was broken. First Blood Marksman Rifle talent now disabled. I don't actually know what First Blood is. But the developers have left an extra comment saying, "We will revisit First Blood's PvP behaviour in the future, but for now we felt it's necessary to disable it entirely when in the Dark Zone or a conflict match." Now, the rest of these are weapon nerfs. I believe, if I remember correctly, with 10.1 they actually buffed ARs by 9% in the Dark Zone, or for PvP. This one, decreased pistol damage by 22%. Remember, this is PvP only. It is not happening to PvE. There's no nerfs for weapon damage in PvE at the moment. This is specifically conflict or Dark Zone. They have decreased rifle damage by 30%. They have then decreased the classic M1A damage by 12.5%. They've decreased the marksman rifle damage by 30%. And then they've decreased the Nemesis damage by 11%. The devs have added these changes should help make fighting against one-shot builds less frustrating in PvP, and instead reward skilled marksmanship when landing headshots and not just shots to the body. So all rifles and all marksman rifles, they get reduced and buffed like so much, so often. They are constantly being up, down, up, down, up, down with their damage numbers in PvP. These developers are constantly looking for balance. They never ever find balance with pretty much anything in this game. But your rifles and your marksman rifles have been reduced by 30%. If you go and use the Nemesis, that's actually been reduced by 41%. If you are using the classic M1A, that's by 42.5%. So if your M1A has 500k base damage, they're probably going to take 12.5% off that weapon and then take 30 off for the rifle. I don't understand why they're so fussed about people complaining and getting frustrated in PvP against one-shot builds. It's not just that, like, I haven't actually heard of much of that over the course of a long time. Like, people haven't really complained at all, for like, as far as I'm aware, about one-shot builds. The current meta in the Dark Zone, and the reason I haven't gone in there, is because everyone is running Foundry Bulwark. Everyone has some big-ass shield covering them, and it's annoying. It's survivability, they're regenning armor. I don't know if 10.1 did anything to the builds, because obviously they reduced the armor regen from 3% down to 1. I don't know if they're still being abused. I haven't been keeping up to date with any of the Dark Zone or anything like that. But Foundry Bulwark was a big problem, and I didn't go into the Dark Zone, but they never put as much emphasis. They didn't add extra comments and stuff, saying how these changes are going to make an effect, like make an impact. So I'm starting to think that they just get wind of someone complaining about something, and they go, oh, okay, we'll go and change that, we'll go and change this. I've been speaking to quite a lot of people in the comments, and some people are starting to believe that they are constantly nerfing and buffing stuff and then switching it around with the next title update so that they still have a job. Because obviously if they don't have anything to work on for the game, they won't have anything as a job. Like, they'll get sacked if they're not working on anything, because what is the point? If you're not doing anything for your job, then what's the point of you having that job? It's such a fucking long cycle of shit. These changes are an absolute joke for a typical Tuesday maintenance. These decreases for PvP should have happened in 10.1. There is no way they should have been delayed this long. And the fact that they've just simply disabled something entirely until they can be bothered to look at it in the future, and then nerfing something by 90%. It is crazy. It really is. I don't know why they've decided to do all of this stuff. The Manhunt mission, the Chimera boss wouldn't drop collectibles. My god, that's new content in the game and it's already bugged. Legendary projects. That's an exotic cache you're missing out, like potentially missing out on. And there's only one thing that can explain why they have to do all of this stuff, and that's because they don't test anything before they release it. They just go, blah blah blah, coding, blah blah blah, programming, that's done, we'll put this into the game, blah blah blah. It will be approved no matter what they fucking do. And then when everyone, the people that have paid for the game to test their beta, once they start getting wind of problems and stuff in the game, then they go, oh, look, we need to look at this. So we're still not going to do any testing. We're just going to listen to what people are saying and just hope and pray it works out. They honestly, at this stage, need to have some big game changers for TU11. Because we are getting ever so close to the new console releases. Like, we're at the end of July now. We've got new games coming out. Like, you've got Cyberpunk, Watch Dogs Legion, Outriders. There are some big games. Marvel Avengers, I know I've missed a lot more. But there are huge games coming out. And this game is is around 16 months old now, and they still haven't got some things right from stuff that's been in the game for pretty much the entire duration of its lifespan. So I don't know. I'm going to leave the video there. Probably some of you in the comments, oh, you're just being negative. If you don't like it, don't watch the video. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.